down. But the Burmese Ghouls have to make the choice, and they're going to go with old reliable Lapu Lapu, denying Lemon the pick.
Rrq Hoshi has access to the Brody, the Johan, and the Esmeralda.
Ooh, but no, they ignore the Natalia, they ignore the Jawhead, they go for the Brody, which I believe is going to be debut in the playoffs.
Yeah, Burmese Ghouls, they have the opportunity to go for the Natalia.
Is it worth it at this point? Is it really worth going for the Natalia, considering that Rrq has locked in the Esmeralda and the Brody, both of which a bit of a struggle to catch in most situations, and the Yishin Shin has been showing up, so you can see that even the Burmese Ghouls are straying away from the Natalia, saying, hey, at the very least we have an early game hero like Loi, and we have the Mountain Trunker, just to reveal your position.
I definitely don't think it's all too wordy, but what I can tell you is this, that at the very least the response come in great cycle for the side of Burmese Ghouls, the pickup of the Loyi, so no more diversion plans, and Mountain Shocker is something that we've been expecting coming out from the Burmese Ghouls side to get as much vital info for those fights.
Yeah, Vin was pretty good on the Loyi earlier. I'm guessing Burmese Ghouls want to invest in a good tank for the band, because that's what made the whole Vin and Psycho connection from game number 3. There's a good catch. And right now, Rrq Hoshi field prior to the playoffs, what was looked at the best tank in the game before Sylvana started taking over and Jawhead, that's the Akai for Rrq Hoshi before we ran out of tanks. Now, second phase of banning, that's Atlas. Oh, they're going to choke out all the tanks, all the good tanks.
Yeah, Rrq Hoshi, they do have the Brody on their side, so and Atlas is a big no-no. Burmese Ghouls, what are they planning to ban out right now? In terms of Burmese Ghouls, they lack a tank and another side lane.
Yeah, and the side lane is interesting because they don't have the Yutong anymore, and more importantly, the Cho is R7 going to opt to go for the Cho at this point in time, as Burmese Ghouls get going to ban it out.
Yeah, and we've seen them actually go for Grogs much earlier, like way earlier, but I don't think that it's really the best alternative when it comes down to, you know, drawing a pick from a very small bag.
I have this feeling that this could be a side lane Brody, and they can just pick their assassin.
So yeah, speaking of assassins right here, so well, to talk this through, we got like things like Hayabusa, which we see from time to time. Early on, played by the side of, you know, Brand Esports, there was things like the Lance as well. I'm not sure if Burmese Ghouls is honestly very adaptable to that.
Oh yeah, there's one big assassin, Ling. So, Burmese Ghouls, their second phase of banning was a little here and there. They were attacking specific things, like one, R7 was amazing on the Cho. Second is maybe we can choke out. But I have a half a mind that it might be the Brody in the jungle as well. Possible. Oh, hold up! Shades of the Hyper Bruno. This might be just another version of it.
I suppose, but it's tough to say. Again, a lot of their heroes aren't very early game oriented. Besides, you know, the Brody, and then Burmese Ghouls, they lock in the Alice in themselves, saying, okay, whatever you want to play in the side lane, I'm just going to scale up and just continue wave pushing no matter how hard you push.
So that's what the Raphael is for. It speeds it up. That's what makes the mid and the late game come in sooner, especially if you're snowballing. So I think Brody is just an all-around better choice than the Bruno.
More reliable choice.
Yeah. More painful in the game.
Oh, Burmese Ghouls go for they need a tank or a tank figure here for their side, and it is going to be a Baksha.
This definitely slipped our mind. Like, this is definitely something that they can still actually make good use of. But, I mean, somebody's got to get all the way back.
Yeah, Toad used a lot of Baksha. And these two teams don't really go for this Baksha usually. But for the side of Burmese Ghouls, it made all the sense in the world, just because there's an Esmeralda, you can catch out the Brody, you can negate some of the healing by the Rafaela, so it makes no sense.
And not to mention that it's also a pretty, I mean, the Toys Poissons is always going to be relevant against Alice and Lapu Lapu. So just anti-healing, taking away another pick, and Rrq just going to say, alright, fine, it looks like I got to dominate lane.
I like it. Vin can just swap between Albert and Lemon, who he wants to go hyper with. But it looks fragile. I gotta say it looks fragile, but if it works, you got the early, mid, late, just marksmen just running around. It's a high risk, high reward lineup.
Okay, so right now, I think there's a chance that Lemon might play the 1-1. So, at early game, it's going to be Brody and Rafaela, just giving that, what do you call this? Brody a certain push to actually just have a certain advantage in terms of healing and the movement speed. But at the late game, it could be a Lemon aid. It will aid Lemon. It's a Lemon aid.
Butters, I give it a 2 out of 10. It's been a long day.
I mean, you guys just didn't
It's
get
been
it.
a long day. All right.
Tough crowd here at the castle.
I mean, I tried my best, but you guys try your best as well as you will cast for this series. Game number 4. Take it away, guys. I give up.
Usually game 4 brain on Butters. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it on. One more game until we say it's the final one for this semifinals round. Burmese Ghouls versus Rrq Hoshi.
Let's see how they play this out here. Now, RRQ are going to be looking to control this game as much as possible with the rest of the BG. Are you still thinking about it?
I'm good. It's
A little bit.
time. It's
Honestly,
time.
a little bit.
It's
Go
go
on,
time.
Butters. Like, we just gonna get it off our heads, and for the side of BG, they find a way to get in the hands of RRQ, starting off by taking down Lemon.
A huge pick off here, and that's why, the Boxia can be a very annoying pick because, again, it rotates so fast, you don't exactly have a lot of time to read overall. And not to mention, with the added, chain CC coming in from Ruby DD, it just helps it speed it up some more.
I like that first blood. I mean, it's good.
Oh, wait.
Because they're cheesing out. Nice steal by RRQ. This is smart. And aren't they baiting out their second core? Are they baiting out their second core just for the steal? I don't think so.
Oh, what?
Ruby D. Oh, they missed out. Lemon out playing them. Hold up. You're going to pay, says Ace. 2 for 1 so far. They do have the purple, I think, but they lost out on the orange. They trade out Ruby DD. I call it a wash.
I mean, not gonna lie, Ruby DD kind of trolled there, especially when Yishin was coming up there. But more importantly, maybe actually took the execute. I thought he was gonna take the rejuvenate, and that's why he just popped it straight away at level.
Ooh, I like the execute choice. This is a lethal Baksha coming in, making sure that everything he starts, he finishes.
Yeah, just like what he did on the Grok in a sort of way, gotta play it a little bit more offensive. I just missed a little bit of a glimpse of that. Yeah, kind of didn't see that.
All right, but for now, the turtle is back up, and this has been a high contested point for a lot of these teams. How is Burmese Ghouls, especially in a lineup like this, very standard overall, going to deal with RRQ? Getting a pretty good lead onto D here, but this is going to be the 1v1 of a lifetime. He has to dodge a lot of these abilities when he transforms into that big broad. He's got to be a lot more careful.
Nice Cyclone Ice heal here by Kid. And I guess Burmese Ghouls is just you took our orange, let us take most of the things in your jungle that we can take safely right now. Starting up this turtle, nice vision in here by Ace, Mountain Shocker. Oh, they know that all 4 or 5 are here.
Oh, they will be able to get the turtle, though. Psycho's chasing right in for Kid, but you can definitely see maybe he's dropping really low. The rest of RRQ, they're focusing their attention on towards D. Oh my goodness, look at the damage coming out of Albert as they will be securing 2. But in exchange, of course, a little bit of a back and forth, but still looking pretty hot coming from RRQ.
Ooh, maybe here with the concussive blast dealing a little bit more damage, and Ace can't fit. Maybe his execute is off of cooldown. Interesting how they didn't get anything out of that.
I mean, again, execute works in a very particular. It's really the trade. He wanted to go for the double kill, and now Psycho has to sit under the turret to protect himself. He 1,000 pounds out of there, and now, 2 for 1 trade. Regardless, RRQ very happy with the situation, but now D wants to get the kill. No!
Oh man, this is a full-blown Rumble Royale in this way, and you definitely see up top, it's gonna be Lemon, it's gonna be having the Aegis for himself, and Albert has arrived and torn him apart. All memories all washed up.
I mean, if they give it enough time, Burmese Ghouls is going to slowly fall off, especially when in the likes of having Brody and Wan in that position. However, I will say that Burmese Ghouls have a lot of utility in their composition.
A takedown by Ace underneath their own turret. I wonder where the trade-off's gonna happen. Yeah, Rrq Hoshi going for that top lane. Both marksmen getting quite a chunk of damage in. The first to take down. Open artery in mid. Vin from the back lines. Nice jump in by maybe steals the Cyclone Eye. Bumps right in to Vin.
That was really dangerous here. You can definitely see Vin, although he's low, he's trying to pull it back, and it's gonna be it. R7 will find that pickup here, and D running for his life. He's trying to turn this around, but how long can he just survive as R7 goes in for another? It's a 4-1 on R7's side.
I'm very confused here. Maybe he decides to turn around with the Cyclone Eye, but again, what was Burmese Ghouls trying to do? Were they trying to buy a lot of time so that they could get the push and break the shield off down bot lane, or were they trying to go for the invasion, a couple of camps? Not entirely sure, but they didn't get that return of investment that we were up for.
Yeah, if anything, it was a masterful outplay. Team fight orchestrated over the span of what, 20-30 seconds by Rrq Hoshi. They won overall. They won. That was their call.
BDD getting a good hit onto Lemon, but again, only 50% of his life. The rest of Burmese Ghouls want to say hi.
And Psycho now being stuck in as you can definitely see, Lemon has already gone down, and Psycho makes it out alive, giving the turn away to Burmese Ghoul. At least this exchange is favorable for the side of BG, as they're hoping to catch even more out, but maybe stuck in between the pit is really able to jump overall. So Rrq Hoshi, yeah, they're still having very slight leads at the moment.
They're getting some good pushes here and there across the map, but again, pretty 50-50 overall. The gold, relatively the same, 2 objectives each. The only real difference, they have been able to get a little bit more turtles in comparison to the school, and at the end of the day, it does come down to the fight. Ooh, RrQ pushing out the flicker out of him. This is important because RrQ, once he scales up to that backline, if he gets a huge flowing blood, with that blood, it'll just start chunking out a lot of these squishy targets.
Both can scale pretty well, but Rrq Hoshi just wants to get there first. So far, mission accomplished. They're ahead by about 2,000 gold, give or take. But Burmese Ghouls, they're regaining quite a map. It's looking pretty blue, save for that huge wave coming up top. But right now, maybe cutting the wave from the back to give space for Ace. But right now, Vin and Psycho want to engage.
The rest of the cavalry has arrived. D-Base stuck by the corner, flicker away. The rest of Rrq hunting him down. And Burmese Ghouls will have to think and almost for Vin. And
so very close. And D sacrifices his life just so the rest of the team can have first rotation on this turtle. Burmese Ghouls know what they are doing. Great use of the diversion as well. Maybe he just needs to slow them down and get the turtle. And now, could they go for a pick? No, it's a little too dangerous. They gotta back away.
Oh, look at the Albedo. Great position. Trying to pick up. Oh, it's a setup. It's a setup. As you can see, they were blown apart and out now.
We need to see the items. How far is RrQ in this game?
Oh boy, let's pull it up.
Here we go. He has the Enchanted Talisman, so no problems with mana. It's going to be the Clock of Destiny as well. And if I'm not mistaken, he's building up towards at least some magic lifesteal right now. That's going to be... Oh, RrQ from the back. R7 is in trouble. That's going to be the blood. Oh, Pop. D looking for a nice target. That's going to be fine. Taking out Kid.
Oh, it's going to be able to take D down low. And not much to be left instead. Just look at how they maneuver. Is there on the hands up. Ace as they are looking to shut down the rest of RrQ. But they're still out as well. There is a little bit of hope for them to turn this one around. But they still have the buff in hand. And Burmese Ghouls really picked up the right fight.
2 for 2 here. D and Kid for R7 and Lemon. If you're talking about who's more valuable, I'd give the win here to Burmese Ghouls. You took out two side laners that Rrq Hoshi have invested so much in. All that was lost was D and the support.
Yeah, I would agree with that trade as well. And the Burmese Ghouls, honestly, just evening out the gold against Rrq Hoshi here, where both sides, it's really going to come down to when the Lord is coming up real soon, and really, who is going to be winning these fights? I mean, Burmese Ghouls have been so disciplined with the way they take their fights. They won't go without an advantage.
Ball skirmishes over onward Psycho. You don't want to be on that Akai position. The rest of BG, it will be really tough to break out of that hurricane dance. Now, Omni Shocker reveals the rest of RrQ. A little bit of 1v1 action going on, but you know, Lemon has to back away. This is not where he should push its advantages all the way towards BG side and goes Lord on the 9th minute. We can see Wings on the side D as he gets more beefier.
Yeah, real quick, while we're waiting for this first Lord take to happen, other reasons why players get away with like 1 HP and then just live is because they're so good at juggling defensive item now. It's part of the meta game. And right now, they're jockeying for position. Burmese Ghouls have already started ace on the Lord.
I'm not too sure if Rrq knows about this, and speaking of which, they are already having Psycho being caught in between, and a great wall of defense just to gatekeep the rest of Rrq from even marching close, but R7 is coming in towards the middle side. He's trying to disturb this Lapu Lapu, but you know, not exactly the ones that he's been looking for.
Somebody just has to push up too far. Following Star Moon on Q, want to have full mid control so they can sink their feet really deep in towards this Lord side and start pulling up their trenches. Burmese Ghouls do decide to push on through, they can take full advantage of it. But look, top side, well, they're going to push.
Oh, wait, getting out right now. The Hunting Dazzle is pushing all the way towards the back, as you can see. D coming in, trying to hunt out where exactly Albert is. But just look at his health being chunked out away. Maybe it will eventually fall to the hands of Lemon. As you already see, they're focusing on towards Albert instead, putting every resource that they have, and they have managed to shut him down. While BG, they might just be able to close out a few members, but just look at Psycho as also they're dropping real low. Ruby DT, he's putting so much of the hard work, and he might just be able to catch them down. It's a 3-for-2 exchange now in favor of the side of Rrq, but they have to back away.
It's Ace and D taken down. It's Kid, Ruby DD surviving 3-for-3 right now, and neither walk away with a free Lord, neither get much movement on the map. It's because these fights take longer than either are comfortable with. And now that's R7 pushing away Kid. He might even get the kill. Oh, he does! He does! R7 does the unthinkable in the face of maybe, and here comes Lemon. Wow, Rrq Hoshi's so fast on the take back.
Unbelievable, he's extending so far up ahead. We did not expect this Esmeralda to be ace.
Yeah, they gotta push on even further, and R7 once again onto DDD, who's clearing up the waves, and again, Lord is up. Flowing Blood is gonna put him into the rest of the Burmese Ghouls. They're just getting ready to start another fight, and it's still even on both sides.
Psycho jumping right in, zoning out the at the moment. Well, he tries to go in for the face check. Lemon is already getting himself pretty much pinning him off, but just look at R7, he's having that big fat shield, but Ruby DD comes in for a back, hoping to actually get a catch, but maybe he's dropping real low, and this is not looking all too good for Burmese Ghouls. They get caught out, and the blood did pop. He can only last for so long, but just look at the back though, R7 almost takes out Ace.
Tough all across the board. They managed to get the pick with nothing in return, and Burmese Ghouls finally take. They're losing the lead here, but in terms of gold, not that big of a deal. But they lose a lot of position, especially with that Lord. And the question is, how far ahead is Rrq going to get with this upcoming Lord push?
Enhanced, by the way. Now R7 caught out here by 4. There's a lot of damage coming on to him. Maybe gets the job done, but at what cost? There is a huge wave coming in from bottom, being taken care of by Lemon. Lord marching up top with enhanced minions. I think the Burmese Ghouls need to make the most of the gold they've got. Quickly check the items onto Ace. That's going to be the Bladed Spear. Endless Battle, I think he's looking for Queen's Wings right after. D has that casual armor, Queen's Wings as well, and the Bloodlust Axe. Oh, and more damage. Needs a lot more damage here. It's not enough.
Yeah, we definitely see pretty evident, and just look at how they need to expend so many resources just to take down R7 has gone to be a huge factor of Rrq's current lead. So they should be able to shred down to less than 50%, but Rrq there keeps you finally confident. Now Albert is being chunked down. It's not looking all good, and Blood O has been used. Now they've been able to catch out the Broly, and things are not looking any all too well for the side of Rrq. Burmese Ghouls calls in for the small victory.
Oh boy, and just looking at the situation, it's unfortunate. Somebody needs to really take care of Albert to peel a lot of backline divers away, especially Ruby DD, who has no problem absorbing the damage because he's just going to heal it back up. So again, they need to start thinking about getting some heal reduction. M7, he needs to be able to get a good chunk and be a part of the fight.
Yep, and here we go. 3v1. R7 is just being chased by a crowd. Can
know.
Psycho save him? He's gonna jump in. Oh, that's gonna be Vin joining the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is M2 action game number 4. Here we go. Oh, there's 3 fights happening at the same time.
Yeah, and they are dispersing all across the map. Grilled him
Oh,
and they might be able to catch out maybe as he just lights up. And this is so tough to actually pick up. It's still lasting on towards this fight, and they finally found a way to remove this Loyi.
Doesn't feel good, man. You trade Vin for Ace and Kid. That's a bargain. That's something you would never miss out on a good day.
And you still didn't get R7. You 3 people at him, he takes 2 of you out, and you trade the other guy. It's like, this, you just got scammed.
And the other guy is literally the guy who want to die anyways.
Yeah, and speaking of which here, Psycho is also pushing them back as well. Maybe it might just be the free pick, but well, they fell towards him because he is dropping really low. But Albert looking to finish things off toward him. And for once again, lost out with the crossbow attack. They used up DD coming in with the blood oath as well. He will be able to last longer. He should, but R7 a little bit too late to see.
This is too even of a fight. Unfortunately, Rrq only get that 3k gold lead, ever so slightly 3 rounded up. But Burmese Ghouls at 42. I mean, a lot of these fights aren't decided by. Most of the times, every time they have made a play, Rrq take a really defensive stance, and they are really good at defending the aggression coming from Burmese Ghouls. And Rrq, the only time they get aggressive is when they get a pick on the Burmese Ghouls.
And that's why the fight seems so orchestrated by Rrq Hoshi. They're the ones who dictate, and there's the ones who say it's over, or you can keep going. And even if they do lose trades, it's actually right. So here's what I'm wondering. Why can't Kid use diversion as good as Vin did in game number 3? It's interesting because this is what you should do, right? Like, try to bring 1 or 2 folks into the back line and take out Albert, but instead they're just walking into R7 and Psycho.
Yeah, it's of course much more easily executed when you do have a Sylvana. Now they don't really have that, so if you're ending a lot of all these to be frontliners all the way up top, it's going to be a catch coming in from Rrq as we will have to hold that competition. Crossbow tank, and you can definitely see Hit Magic to survive that sort of aggressive pull from the side of Rrq, but they do get floored for free.
Wait, look on top. He's getting a real good tier 2 push here, and he should be able to take it with no problem.
Oh yeah, but Gideon, are you not taking this as signs of despair, right? Like, there's nothing else they can do on the map. They can't contest Lord. They can't fight Rrq Hoshi front on anymore. So they're just like, okay, we'll take what we can elsewhere and just keep running away. I'm sensing these ghouls have chosen to turn the other cheek. They're on the back foot right now. How long will it take before they're back on track to setting the pace? Here we go. Check this out. Wind of Nature onto Ace, as well as an endless battle last time we checked. He's looking better now. D just picked up the ancient. That's the ancient Kiraz.
Anti-Kiraz.
Anti-Kiraz. They're both old. They're both old. So it's gonna be all right against Lemon. He's gonna be all right against Albert. But if R7 gets a beat on this Lapu-Lapu, it's gonna be tough.
Honest push is going to be a make breaker for the Burmese Ghouls. It's either they defend it and then scale back up, or it's just going to be over.
Last call for dive. Psycho already hopping out, trying to look for the perfect Hurricane Death, in which you can definitely see D trying to go all the way towards the back line. They are all torn apart, and Burmese Ghouls, they have lost 3 members, and with this might just be the reverse sweep, commencing for 9 hours, because Rrq Hoshi is bringing it in to game 5.
Oh boy! I mean, they learned from their mistakes from M1 itself, and they've become a dominant team to the point where reverse sweeps isn't even in their dictionary. They are able to set the pace, and they won't let Burmese Ghouls take it away from them, not without a fight.
There you go, the distance. This is game 4 taken by Rrq Hoshi. Butters! It really came to Lemon's aid, huh?
Lemon, that's what I'm telling you. It was funny, and it made a lot of sense. Now, I'm gonna force that, by the way. Now, coming into game number 4, I know that Burmese Ghouls really look lost when they went back to this traditional meta setup that we're having, seems
Wait, guys. Natalia has just arrived.
Last Natalia.
You know what? I'm surprised she only got picked at the second phase of this, and I think it's an answer probably to Kagura and Sylvana just to stop them from initiating properly.
Yeah, no, more importantly, just to punish like the fact that Mincetar is on board. As long as he doesn't get the Kings calling down, no matter how good that perfect match in Fatal Links is going to be, this is just a great disengage mechanic for the team. Oh, we get caught out, Kings calling, back away, we're gonna be okay.
Both of the teams have their own play, have their own style in terms of drafting. Rrq Hoshi versus Burmese Ghouls. This is the upper bracket finals. This is a best of 5, and this is game number 5 of the series. Boys, what do you think? Mincetar or Atlas?
Mincetar or Atlas? Two oddballs to choose from here, and I honestly want to see a successful Mincetar, but the success rate for Atlas to pull off great Fatal Links is even higher.
Yo, you got the king from the King of Kings? That's on me.
I will leave you guys with that question, and please take the floor. Go cast the game.
Thanks, Butters, and once again, let's see how this is going to play out here, because we know that the Burmese Ghouls just snowball out of control, and so far they've been struggling to do that against our Rrq Hoshi, who's been able to play very defensively and punish the mistakes of the Burmese Ghouls whenever necessary. And so again, let's see how these first turtles go about.
Yeah, that's a very fast 3-man clear coming from inside of Rrq. You can now going towards Little Wanderer. You can also see a little bit of the tussle, but obviously Rrq has been able to snap Little Wanderer away, and towards the purple left we go, but over on towards the side lanes here.
I love it. It's the gentleman's cut, I'd like to call it, because look, up top is going into BR7, and then down bottom is going to be D. They just understand that the other is going to do the same. So now Kid trying to look for a nice pickoff. Now we see in the debut of Natalia at the playoffs, we want to see if it's investment.
I mean, that's not all the Mincetar, especially on, it's like, you know, we see him play it once or twice, especially in Indonesia, but like bringing it out on the world stage multiple times, and that's what Lemon brings to the table, just the unpredictableness and how deep it's really are.
Yeah, and of course, reaching deep in, we have that coin, and which empty coins you guys did predict correctly on this best of 5.
Yeah. Oh, attempting to steal, but Ace secures it nonetheless. Still no first blood. About to approach a 2-minute mark. That means Turtle is... It is nigh. And down bottom, that is a forced retreat on to maybe. And Psycho cut a lane up top.
Ace does arrive to the scene, but looking at a situation where they don't really have the elements available, Rrq retreats, and definitely don't want to underestimate what Ace could do at the moment. Oh! This is where we start our first blood with Kid unleashing what he's got.
Yeah, just baiting R7 out and fighting. Now, Vin getting a good yin-yang overturn. However, I mean, Turtle is happy. He just wants to get this over with. He had to actually pull this off, and pulling him back into his jungle is the safest bet. But don't forget, Kid is going to hit level 4.
Here's a trademark BG move. First Turtle, very, very important to have Ace hit the ground, run as safe as it gets. R7 just, you know, being up to the side of D here. Nice Mountain Shocker, just checking where everyone is. Albert, look, Kid, trying to get caught out by the King's Calling, and he gets out of there. Ooh, I think he's going to run out of options. Nice dash through the wall, but Traceless gets him down nonetheless.
Oh, R7 getting a good way of the dragon onto that Lapu here. Is he actually winning this matchup? Oh, no, it's going to be big bait, but R7, he's got the game sense. You don't go with that much life for no reason, but he still walks up anyway.
Flicker time, and you can definitely see that they have already popped what they could. And R7, he's trying to control to his abilities, but at the moment, Rrq Hoshi is going for some invades in response. Sam Force.
Getting some good damage, but let's see where it goes from here, because the Burmese Ghouls pushing their lead. Rrq still ahead. Okay, even though Burmese Ghouls did take the turtle, how is Kid going to agenda and really get the ball rolling, Rrq Hoshi?
So far, I don't think they need to force anything, because this great positioning by Burmese Ghouls. They're setting up nice clarified here by Vin, but the damage is real. D takes him down. R7 juggling the aggression back and R7 bites it.
What an opening. Well, I definitely feel like Vin doesn't have to push the issue right there, but maybe Suki, whatever he can, it's going to be an exchange here to Sylvana. Have to see he's being fought by Lemon, but here comes Kid.
Oh, he's doing a really good job here. He's dropped out the smoke screen. Now Rubini, this is enough time. Burmese Ghouls playing off of a huge snowball gets Lemon with the last hit of the Chrono Dash and starts pulling backwards. This is huge for the Burmese Ghouls. They were able to get so much gold off of this.
Yeah, 2 for 1 here, and you're giving out Kid. I understood the fact that given how much firepower Rrq Hoshi's packing, he's gonna do is gonna affect the other part of the map. But if it trades for if it immediately results in a trade that is valuable and that is beneficial to Burmese Ghouls, by all means now. Oh, Kid faces R7 here.
Yeah, and back towards what you just mentioned there, Alpha being kicked off, he cannot afford to go down once again, especially early phases where Burmese Ghouls is just going to take sort of the objectives that get this turtle definitely going in favor of side of Burmese Ghouls for Bowman. And Psycho, you can only watch as it falls, while R7 not really getting himself back in towards that form where, this fighter show is going to be able to put so much great effect in the early game.
Oh boy, R7, he doesn't get caught, luckily, but he flickers in and finds the chaos but the counterplay coming in from the perfect match. Oh my goodness, RRQ hit back and hit back hard. No, he didn't overturn, but the umbrella open was going to be just enough. Trade 1 for 1, Finn for Ace. So worth it for RRQ.
Just a perfect calendar right there. The full lanes connecting the way of the dragon, pulling him. It's like, I want to go for it, but the body is being taken back.
Interesting move here by Burmese Ghouls. They're letting the turret be taken down, and now they want revenge. Here, Cavalry, that Psycho destroyed by Ruby DD and Albert Mikex. A little bit of a silence in here, put in by Kid, and he finished the job. Bert is taken down in Finn, a little too late to the party.
R7 can still help Finn out in this sort of scenario here, but when they cancel the week, looks likely that it's going to be a no. But over the mid, Burmese Ghouls going to be opening up the map. Fatal Link once again on towards Lemon. And Finn be looking for a shutdown on towards Davey. And
it's like you remember a really dumb thing you said 15 years ago. That's what happened to Vin, torn apart by Ace, the Burmese Python.
Oh my goodness, what a catch that was. And that's great because now Burmese Ghouls, they need to start putting their agenda 15 more seconds until the turtle comes back up. But they're up by a tower, finally, 5-9 against Rrq Hoshi.
This is the biggest lead that they've got throughout this entirety of the game. Not only in terms of look at the goal, 1,000, but hey, it means a lot facing against this RRQ side, and you're taking every single one of these turtles. So they're going to be having that item so much sooner than what RRQ's Alberts has at the moment.
Looking at the items here, the most developed, relatively speaking, for the set of Rrq Hoshi would, still be Bert, but it's interesting to note how much Lemon is also making up, right? Like, they're close, 4,700 to 4,700.
And we also have on the side of Ruby DD, so, things are just going to go for R7 right here.
Oh no, folks, it's not going to be enough. He does get a good shitpo in time, but Psycho, he's under a lot of firepower and scrutiny from the rest of the Burmese Ghouls. And don't forget on D. D is actually almost matching Ruby in gold.
Yep, and he's looking good. 2-0. Lapu Lapu has not died so far in this 8-minute bout so far, and he's just going to go down, try to answer on that Mincetar, which, by the way, Mincetar, then he should be finding more duels, because if not, High and Dry's not doing a lot of work.
Yeah, and looks like they want to just catch Flicker coming up from the side of maybe Patches, and will be heading himself back in towards safety. But look at R7 having a lot of time with a little bit of a home run all across the land of Dawn. But Burmese Ghouls is going to be having their own with D in position.
He's going to get kicked for sure. He got hit by the way of the dragon. Oh no, he doesn't even bother going into the brush side. Burmese Ghouls, at least they have a good idea, but they can start stealing the orange buff of lava away from RRQ.
Yep, and it's an easy pick. The rest of the map for the past, 2 minutes, Burmese Ghouls making this kind of space so that the next big attack that they do will be beneficial to them. They know this much that R7 is going to try to get away, so try to cordon off as much of the map towards them, make it as red as possible, so that even if they do spend some time going for the chase, at least rushing in.
Yeah, a little despair now being a big purchase for Ace.
Where
It is right now, just on your screen, and both sides ready to take note of that. The Natalia, let's talk about this Natalia because it's definitely pulling some picks on Burmese Ghouls' successive picks.
Yeah, a workhorse, definitely. Kid here with the execute, and again, the high and dry. I think he's able to make the most of it, because again, he can just track people. He can just shadow them and let everyone know, because yeah, Albert has Mountain Shocker, like that, just checking in on it. They go on a cycle, nice link onto one. The flicker used up, torn apart memory, expended by Ace, but there's not enough staff. Wave the dragon going up.
Oh, he gets exploded into pieces, and you see the double going in favor of 7. They're still looking for more right now, but just look at RrQ. How much can he take? They're still looking for the right timing, and we might just actually find a little bit of the egg bounce right here, because Lemon as well as Albert in position.
Unfortunate indeed, and I was considering why didn't R7 decide to go in a little bit earlier, especially when some of the Imperial Justice. Then I noticed R7 already used the dragon, so there's no point, because he even if he did get on top of Ace with a third hit that he could know, that big knockup, yeah, that's great, but you don't have the up, so you just need a sitting duck.
Yeah, that was a trade that I think Burmese Ghouls won in the long. Again, it's because it's an unfortunate event, like series of events, as you did note. Looking at the items real quick, just barely 1,000 gold ahead is the Burmese Ghouls, and look at their most developed character here, Hero. It's definitely going to be Ace. He's building up towards the defensive item. Looks like it might be an immortality early. He knows how dangerous he is, and he knows how badly Rrq Hoshi wants to take.
Yeah, speaking of which, we do see some very aggressive plays coming from the side of does have flicker, and definitely he's looking for that chain where he just flicker as well as link them in towards the teammates, but Vin is definitely not going to be falling into the stat line. Over here, it's going to be the Winter Dragon getting a pick on towards RrQ, and Burmese Ghouls, they lose a lot of damage in this sort of skirmish. Kid has to back away. It's not the fight that they're looking for, and V is trying to set low.
That was a free take onto RrQ, no consequences at all, maybe Vin, but I think they had that under control anyways. And here's a nice split push by R7.
Yeah, I've got to say that R7 getting that room to do what he does best, going for a split push. So all these endless battle coming right in, and here comes Tifa. They're catching up towards Al. This might just be a pick that they need. Dean does get that kill, and now on towards Lemon, running for his life. Kid easily gets killed off. Perfect assassination coming from the Nada.
2-for-1 trade-off, and RrQ is back up, and he should be on the way after clearing down bot side. He's running down towards mid to hopefully change this fight, as Rrq have to wait 20 more seconds to get and even try to contest this Lord. So Burmese Ghouls will get this Lord, and the power play will affect.
It's free. This is Luminous Lord. Kid gets down by Vin. Interesting, might have been for value. Psycho did have to use the Imperial Justice there, and hold out the retribution advantage. Let's see if there's going to be a tragic loss now. Fatal Links spells the end for Vin, and Psycho way, but not so much for R7.
And even 8 to live to tell the tale. This is looking so bad for Rrq Hoshi. They don't have the retribution because Albert is down, and they've actually given that away and just waits for another curvy pick there. And Burmese Ghouls, they are now pretty much establishing not only map control, just look at the goal lead, just swinging in abundance.
They are very happy with their current position right now, but can they get more as the Burmese Ghouls with 3K ahead? They want to catch them out. Oh, Lemon! Icy King's calling, but again, this is the catch isn't looking good for the play links. Albert, 9 position, absolutely blasted by the Brody. They can't stop it. Fatal links again. Say hello to my perfect match. As now, Burmese Ghouls, have they done it? This is the big pick. They've killed 4, and they are pushing through to end. The 5 will come home as the Burmese Ghouls, GG, well played, take out Rrq and send them to the lower brackets.
Yeah,